Yeah, hi there. It's Chris here from Technify Networks. In this video, I'm going to be showing us how to automate detection and removal of malware using VirusTotal integration with our Wazuh server. So basically, before I start this video, I would like to ask you for one favor, because currently about 97% of our viewers are not subscribed to our YouTube channel. But I would like to urge you that if you find value in our content, I would like to encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that that can encourage us to bring more content your way that is related to cybersecurity. So we're just gonna be jumping into it straight away. So basically, this is the documentation I've got, so I'm gonna include that in the video description. So this is what we need to do. We just need to scroll to the middle a little bit where it says Windows Endpoints. So we're gonna, configuration for Windows Endpoints. This is where we're gonna start from. So I've got my Wazuh agents connected already. I've got 2 agents. So I'm just gonna go right here. So I think I've made some videos about how to, this is my 4th video on Wazuh. So I'm gonna include a link in the description, box as well for the previous videos on how to connect, how to import an agent to Wazuh dashboard as well. So I've got 2 agents, but we're gonna be using this Windows 10 for today's video, and we're just gonna go back to our documentation, and then this is what we need to do. Configuration for the Windows endpoint, we're gonna start with that, and we're gonna search for syscheck block in the Wazuh agent. So it's in this location. So, and we want to make sure that the syscheck disabled is set to no. So we're gonna go to our file explorer. We go to our local disk C programs file, and then we look for the OSEC agent, and then we look for the osec.conf, the configuration file. We just select that, we right click, we're gonna open it with Notepad to edit it. So I take this off, I say Notepad, I say okay. So I'm gonna maximize it. So I can use Control F, from the previous search I did. So syscheck has been typed there already. I'm just gonna say to find. So I'm gonna scroll down. So the syscheck disabled is set to no. So that is done. I'm gonna leave it as is for now, because we're still gonna go back to the instruction. So what we need to do now next is we add an entry within the syscheck block. So this is basically what we need to add. So we're gonna copy this, and then I'm gonna open another Notepad, although right here what I've done is to put them here. I'm just gonna paste it here. So in the username space, you can go to find out your username. You just press Windows logo button with the R, and then you go to CMD, you say who am I. So the name of this user is the grade, so that's what I'm gonna put there. So what I need to do is this, the username. I'm gonna remove this left and right directional key. So I'm gonna remove everything and put the username there, the grade. So I'm just gonna copy it, and highlight and copy, and then go back to the configuration file. So this is under the file integrity monitoring. So under this, I'm just gonna put it here. Basically, I'm gonna Control V, and that's all we need to do there. So I think we can go back here and see again and verify. So we just need to do that, to paste that with our username, and then I can save it. I can go back and save, and say file, save. So we basically, what we are asking Wazuh to do is to monitor the downloads directory that belongs to this user. So I'm gonna close that, and then we jump on to the next thing. So the next thing is to download Python from this official site. So I can right click and say open link in new tab. So I'm just gonna move this here. So that's that. So what I'll do is to download the stable version of it. So yeah, this is a stable release. Yeah, I'm gonna download this Windows installer for 64-bit. I'm just gonna click on that and the download is gonna start. So I'm gonna wait for the downloads to complete. Okay, so that's completed. So we can go back to our documentation again and see the specific instructions that we need to follow. So once we run the Python installer, we need to install launcher for all users and add Python 3 to the path. So we're just gonna go back to what we just downloaded. We're gonna go to our downloads. We're gonna right click on this, run as admin. So we say yes to that, and then we're gonna take this use admin privileges when installing, and then add the .exe path. Then we're gonna say to customize installation, and then documentation. Yeah, everything here we're gonna leave as is. We're gonna say next, and then here this is the instruction it was telling us to install Python 3 point something for all users. And then I think that's about it. Yeah, so we're just gonna say to install. So we're gonna wait for the installation to complete. Okay, so we are done with Python. So we just gonna close this and then execute the next line of action. So basically what we need to do here is say once Python completes the installation process, we should open PowerShell as admin and use pip to install PyInstaller. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy the board of these because we can't put the board of them there. So I'm just gonna put them on a notepad. So I think I've got them already. So we're gonna run them one by one after the other. So I've got, you know, some notes that I made during my initial installation. So I'm gonna run PowerShell as admin. PowerShell run as admin. So I'm gonna say yes to that, and then this is what I need. I'm gonna run the first one, the pip installer, the pip package installer. Basically Control C, we go back to PowerShell. I'm gonna say Control V, and then we'll wait for that. Okay, because I've done this already in my previous video, so it's telling me it's already satisfied. So you don't have to worry about this. So you just need to run it and make sure it works on your end. So, and then I'm just gonna check the installer version here. Then I'm gonna put that there as well with Control V. Then it's telling us the version. Yeah, the provision button. Okay, that is not necessary to run as admin, so I'm gonna run it as a normal user to check that. So basically that's all it's trying to tell me. So I'm gonna wait. So I'm gonna do Control V again. So now it's telling me the version that is 6.10.0, so that's fine. So I'm just gonna close this. I'm gonna minimize it and look at the next line of action that we need to take. So yeah, so now this is when it's telling me to create this, you know, to create an active response script and name it remove_thread.py. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna copy this name. I'm gonna do Ctrl+C. So we've completed the other task. So I'm gonna open a notepad and I'm gonna right click this. I've got notepad running already. Okay, I think I've got one of these on the desktop. I'm just gonna check so that I can delete it if it's there. Yeah, so I'm gonna delete that. That's the one I did initially, so I'm gonna delete it not to cause any confusion. So I'm gonna go back here and then the notepad that we just opened. So I'm just gonna, yes, it says we need to copy this. Basically we need to copy all this into that notepad. So once we create that file, we need to copy all this and put it there. So this is what we're gonna do. There is a place for us to click and just copy. In here you just press that, you copy it. So we're gonna paste it into the notepad. So we're creating a script for that. So basically that's that. I'm just gonna say file, then save as. So the name is what I want to name it as remove_threads.py. So I'm gonna copy that. I'll go back to the, yeah, so I'm just gonna paste it here, and the save as type, I'm gonna say all files basically. So because it's not a text document anymore, so we've given it that extension. So we're gonna say to save, and we're saving it. I'm gonna save it on my desktop basically. So I say save. So I'm gonna close this and look at what we did to make sure it's on the desktop. So we can see this is the one. So the icon has changed to a Python file basically. So we're just gonna leave that as is, and then we're gonna go back here. So we've completed number 6, so we're going to number 7, to task 7. So task 7 is telling us to convert the active response script to a Windows executable file, basically application. So we're gonna use this, but in this stage what we need to do is this. We need to go here. Basically I'm gonna open this as a normal user, and then because the file is already on my desktop, I'm gonna say cd change directory to desktop, because I had some issues while I was running that command that was given there, and I'll look at the command that I used there. So yeah, cd desktop, and then I'm just gonna use this. So it's different from what has been given to us here. Yeah, the path is given there. So yeah, so I'm gonna use that, and we should be fine. So this might take a while, and then we're just gonna watch out for the path that is gonna give, where it's gonna export the file to the application to. So it's gonna give us the path once it's done. So yeah, this is what I'm watching out for. So it's completed successfully. So this is a new path now where we need to look for the application. So it's been exported there. So what we can do now, I think this is the same path I've got before. So what we're going to do, I'm gonna come here and paste that path there. Basically we need to look for it here. Next task says to put it, so we're gonna move it and then put it here in the OSEC active response bin in this directory basically. So we can copy this, or we look for that part first so that we don't get confused. So we go here, we go to our local C. This is what we copied from here. We want to get to desktop dist remove thread.est. So that's where we should be looking for it. Desktop, then dist. So it's here. So you can see it's been converted to an application, to an executable application. So we're just gonna right click. We can cut it because we're moving it. So we're gonna go to local disk C, program files, and then OSEC agent. So we go into the bin. We should be looking for bin. Okay, active response, and then bin. So we're gonna paste it here. So that's it. So that's the part that was given here that we should put it. So yeah, C, program files, OSEC agent, active response, and bin directory. So then we can use this to restart our Wazuh agent. We use this command. So basically we need to run it as admin for that to work. So this was as a normal user, so I'm gonna go back and run as admin. And then I'm gonna paste that there. We are just restarting the Wazuh service basically. So that's fine, and we can still use our task manager to check that the service is running here as well. Just physically type W here so we can see our Wazuh service is running. So that's fine. So we're gonna be jumping to the server side of things. So we're done with the agent. So we're gonna be going to our Wazuh server. So here I've got same thing open there in a different environment. So I'm just gonna minimize this remote environment. I'm gonna scroll down here. We're looking for our Wazuh server now. We should now be on, yeah, this is where we are now. So my Wazuh server, I'm gonna SSH into it. So the IP address is 10.0.0.221, and then Wazuh user. So the password. So I'm gonna maximize this. So I'll say sudo bash to elevate our privilege to a root user. So what we need to do here is to, okay, now basically we need to perform the following on our Wazuh server, and then we need to go to our Wazuh dashboard basically, and then this arrow button, this drop down. So we're gonna say settings, and we're gonna click on models. So we want to look for the VirusTotal model. So yeah, the VirusTotal model by default is gonna be off. So we're gonna turn it on. So once it's like that, then it's on, then that's it. That's the first thing we need to ensure that we do before we do anything. So I'm gonna go back to this other environment, and then we need to copy this. So this is the code that we're gonna go to this path, and while going to this path, we're gonna copy this first. So Control C, and then I go to my notepad so I can open something new. Let me see, or maybe I'll put this here. So basically it's got to be here. We say Control V in a notepad, and then we're gonna prepend sudo vim in order to be able to edit the configuration file. So we're gonna copy all this, and then we're gonna go to our Wazuh server, and then we're gonna paste it there, so we are able to go into that configuration file. And what we need to do is to copy this. So when we copy this, basically when we copy this, our VirusTotal API key is supposed to be here. So I'm gonna paste this on a notepad as well so that we can see. So this is the same thing basically. So I'm just gonna paste it here. So when we put in our VirusTotal, we need to go to VirusTotal website and then create an account and get our API key from there. So we need to remove everything from here and just insert our API key like that, and make sure the left and right arrow button that was there is gone. Only this is gonna be left. So yeah, I think I removed more than I'm supposed to remove, because this is supposed to end this part. So I'm gonna remove it and paste it again. So yeah, so this is what we need to do. The API key, we end it. So but this is where our API key is supposed to be. So we're gonna highlight till that and then remove. So if your API key is, for example, 77777, that's how it's gonna look like. So I'm gonna put my API key sometime at some point in this video, but this is what I'm gonna put there first. So but your API key needs to be kept private. So we're gonna go back to our server, and then we're gonna press Shift and G, and then we're gonna press I for information to insert information, and then we can paste our code here now. So we press enter. Yeah, so we can insert information now. We can paste our code. So the code is there now with my API key. So then just to escape that place, we're gonna type escape and then the colon sign, and then write quit WQ and press enter, and that's it. We are out of that place. So we'll look for the next line of action. So what we need to do next is to still, I think we are editing the same place. Yeah, we've done that already. We've added that. Yeah, so it's telling us here that the free VirusTotal API rate limit is set to 4 per minute. So we'll get to that stage once you download any virus. So if you download it 4 times, it's able to detect and remove it, but the 5th one within a minute, that's not gonna work. So we're just gonna go to the same place again, the same location, and then append the following to the Wazuh server, you know, so just to remove threats, basically to automate the removal of threats, any threat that it detects. So the first one, I think that's for detection. Okay, that's for our VirusTotal API to integrate our Wazuh server with the VirusTotal system. So this we're gonna copy again, so we don't really need to go to a notepad here. We're just gonna go to our Wazuh server straight. So because I've used that command before, it's the same location basically for /var/osec and then .conf. So I'm just gonna use the up arrow button, the same thing, and press enter, and then right here I'm gonna press Shift G to go to the bottom of it. Then I'm gonna press press enter, and then I can paste. Now I can use, okay, I need to use Control V here. I forgot. Why is it not working? Information, yeah. So I think I didn't copy this. I need to go back and copy it. So I need to go back here. Okay, I've done something wrong. So I need to press I for insert. Okay, I just right clicked basically because these are different thing I'm using. So I right click to paste it here because I'm using PuTTY basically. So I can press enter and then I type escape and then I'm gonna use colon and then right quit WQ and then I'm out of there. So we go back to our documentation, and then this time around we need to edit this place and add the following. We're gonna edit that for alert about the active response result. So we're just gonna copy this code. First things first, we need to copy that and go to that location, but we're gonna append sudo vim to it as well. I think I have it on my notepad somewhere here, so we can, yeah, so that's the same thing. So I'm just gonna paste it here. So we say sudo vim and then we'll copy it. Okay, this is for the other, that part is for the other one. Yeah, it's the same thing here. So we're gonna copy that and then we're gonna go to, I'm gonna right click to paste it here. We go to that location and then we type Shift G to go to the bottom of it. So then we press I for information to insert the information. We go back to our documentation, copy this. So I'm just gonna right click to paste it. Okay, here I'm coming, it's the same thing that is happening here now. So I think, just a minute. Okay, yeah, I've pasted it. So I'm gonna press enter and then we're gonna press escape and then we're gonna use colon and then we're gonna say right quit, enter. So we are out of it. So this is done now. We are done with editing the Wazuh manager. So this is when we're going to restart our Wazuh manager. So basically I'm just gonna press copy, then I'll go to my Wazuh manager, I'll click on that, I'll restart it. So we're just gonna wait for our Wazuh manager to restart and then we're gonna go run the test. Okay, so that's done. So I'm just gonna go back to our agent. My agent is in a remote desktop. So I'm gonna look for what's next now. So okay, so this is the attack emulation basically. So yeah, it's telling us to do that, but we're just gonna go download a malicious basic. Okay, so before we download our test virus, so we just need to go to the search. We need to turn off the real-time protection from our Windows security. You can type Windows and then security. So once this is popping up, we can just click on Windows security. So we're gonna wait for that. So then we're gonna select virus and threat protection. Then under virus and threat protection, we want to manage the settings. So we want to, the real-time protection, we want to turn it off, because if we say yes, if we leave that on, Windows is going to quarantine the virus basically. So WAZUH SIEM will not be able to, block that file. Windows will quarantine it first. The file, you can go to Google and basically, okay, I'm gonna open another tab, and then we're just gonna Google Icarus security test virus. So once you go to the website, you click on the first on the search, and then you scroll down a little bit. This way you're gonna find it. So what I'm gonna do is to put this side by side with my downloads. So as we are downloading it, we are seeing it in action. So I want to go to the download folder. Yeah, I've got 3 stuffs there, so that doesn't matter. I'm just gonna see it being blocked by being removed automatically by VirusTotal. So we're gonna download that now. We download, so it should come here. Yeah, so it should be removed. Yeah, and that's it. So we go to our WAZUH manager. I'm gonna maximize this and see the alert for that event that just happened. So we go to our agents. We need the Windows 10 agents. Okay, because I restarted my manager, that this might take a while, or we might need to. Okay, so active. Okay, we need the Windows 10 agents. So Win 10. So integrity monitoring. That's the dashboard, and then we say events, just to view the events. So the time is 3:28 p.m. So what we just did happened at 3:28 p.m. and we can see that users degrade downloads icard_.com zip file was deleted. So basically it's been deleted twice, and this is when it happened. So basically it's supposed to show some VirusTotal thing, because when I did my initial test, I did it with a virtual machine, so it showed me that. But what we need to do, we've tested it already. I'm gonna do it one more time so that we can see again. So but we've got four attempts within a minute, so if we do more than 4, it's not gonna delete it, it's gonna stay in the download folder. So I'm gonna move this to the side, reduce this, and download it again. So we'll see the zip file here. Yeah, so it should be gone again. So we'll wait. Yeah, automatically it's gone. So we can see, we'll see that event again, this 3:30 p.m. and we'll see that event, the alert in our SIEM from our WAZUH manager. So we're just gonna refresh that for that to come up. We're gonna refresh here. The last one was 3:28, so we're gonna see the one for 3:40. Yeah, 3:29. Okay, we're waiting. We clicked on refresh. So events, we capture the 3:29. Oh, 3:29. I was saying 3:40. So yeah, that's about that again. The same thing, it was deleted by the by the active response, and we can see the remaining files that are not malicious, that are there in the downloads folder, they remain there, they were not deleted. But the malicious one was automatically removed because it's been flagged and the process was, has been automated. So I think that should mark the end of this video. So don't forget, if you find value in this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like the video, leave your comments, let me know your feedback. Whatever was challenging for you while you were trying to do this, you can give me a feedback in the comment section. If you have issues, let me know, then I'll just walk you through what you need to do to resolve the issues. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.